Do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the minutes from December 30th, 2019.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the December 30th meeting.
A second.
Borrow your pen.
Okay. You don't care. I don't charge a whole lot. There will be a charge.
That's all right, Mark will pay.
You weren't there.
You don't put my name on it.
I didn't. Well, that just automatically comes up like that.
Alrighty, I need a motion to approve January docket and the last docket.
I'll make a motion to approve the dockets.
Second.
Not bad. Is there another form we gotta sign this?
Because yeah, that's one that we don't have the account yet.
Gotcha. Alright, so let's see, election of officers. Where had their election?
You have to have officers for this year.
Oh. How the hell do you do that?
Somebody needs to make a motion for president.
I don't care. You want it to change, you want it to stay?
Whatever you guys are, what are you thinking?
I don't care. Up to you guys.
You want to do it again, or?
I'll do it if you don't want to. Doesn't matter.
Fine with me. I mean, I don't. I'll make a motion, Brent be president.
Second.
Appointment of town attorney.
You gotta do vice
You're
president.
gonna do vice president.
Oh, vice president, sorry. Mark, you gonna do vice president? Or Andy?
Mark.
Andy said no.
I'll second it.
Alright, make a motion to make Mark vice president. Appointment of town attorney.
I'll make a motion we appoint Ann as our town attorney.
I'll second that.
Oh, sure. Could you let him use your pen?
You made it, you can be a town attorney.
You know, I'm so thrilled.
Hey, can you hold on
I
for 4
wish-
years?
I wish
I'll make it
to
for 4
thank
years.
I wish it made
Andy said, can you hang on for 4 years and make it for 4?
So we don't have to do it every year.
Seriously, thank you very much. I really like
Hang
it.
on.
Thank you.
Who needs that motion?
Me.
Brent seconded it.
Meeting dates and locations. Still okay to use this?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep, you're good.
Okay, if you're gonna do that, then I need a motion to pay them, or if you wanna continue to do.
Oh, yeah, we will pay him, yeah, whatever, what do we pay?
$250.
Yeah.
So we need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion that we keep the meeting dates the same, the same time and same location, and to give the library $250 donation for letting us use the room.
Second.
Okay, your next part is just the same as what we had to do last month, where in the minutes it had to state that I was taking over. This has to be in the minutes for,
Oh,
For the
okay, then
banks.
that's retiring,
For the
okay,
banks.
right. Lynette Martin will be retiring on January 31st as the deputy clerk. Camilla Downing will assume all responsibilities of the financial end of the job description. She will need to be bonded before the end of the month and her name added to all bank accounts.
Need a motion or anything? That's just.
no, it has to be in there because the banks have to have a copy of this.
Do we have to do anything special to get
No.
it bonded?
No,
No.
you don't have to make a motion for that.
Okay,
I mean, I'll have to get a hold of RME and get the paper started.
but that's nothing that the council.
No.
Okay. Old employee records need to be closed and names removed from.
Yeah, and that's all, that's town employees, but it's also, Jill talked to me that a bunch of the reports she has to fill out, she's still putting old marshals on her reports because they've never been closed out as far as employees of the town.
Like Steve Mullins and John Chapman.
And the other one,
Barrymore,
Dunn.
Jason Dunning.
They're
So
all,
who do
still,
we
they're all
need to-
still showing on employee, on
Is
all
John
the computer
still-
stuff.
John was in, but I don't know what I mean, he wanted to.
Right, didn't he need like
do
2
an
hours?
hour or
Yeah.
so a month or something to, or.
I think it was just a year to keep a cert up or something. You talk to John sometimes, don't you?
I'll visit
See-
with
see
John.
if
Yeah,
he
but we
still
still
needs
have
that.
some of the others that like need to
Steve
be
Mullen
closed
is
out.
the investigator now for the
Yeah.
prosecutor.
Yeah.
But then we still got,
Jason.
Jason, and we still have AJ.
So what do you need them, what do you need a motion to purge him from the files? Or
And
purge him
I
as?
still, but I can't purge AJ's until I have your paper, your,
Oh, a statement.
statement.
Okay.
So,
Been firing Jared.
so who do we have? Stephen and Jill?
I didn't make a list of the names.
No, I mean, Stephen and Jill are active right now
Yeah.
as marshal and
Yes.
deputy. So I make a motion that we remove Jason Dunning and
Mullins.
Steve Mullins, and pending on John Chapman, what's going on, Randy's gonna check on that one. So those two, is that what you need?
And AJ.
Well, you
He's
can't do
still
that
showing.
till,
I
Well,
know, but I still.
if I
need
get
to-
the paper,
If you get the paper down, I can close out this file.
I'll add AJ if you can do that,
Yeah.
so.
Alright, add AJ and I'll write
Yeah.
whatever you need to write.
Because Jill keeps coming in, she said, did you get these taken care of so I can get them off my report? And I went, no, I've been here 5 days,
Well,
they're
see,
not taken care of.
this is very confusing to me, because Jason resigned,
Right.
turned in a resignation letter, so I figured that would purge the file, or his, as an
No,
employee,
because
if
they
he
have to
resigned
be-
as an employee.
Yeah.
Okay, so his file has to be totally closed out.
And AJ was dismissed. That should have.
Well, he actually quit.
Oh, he did quit? Oh, yeah, he quit. So. He
Give me a
resigned.
second.
Second, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, that takes care of that then, I guess.
Here's who you have so far that, well, I'm seeing Connie you need to scratch off.
What?
Connie, on this one you need to take
Oh,
off.
she's on, oh, yeah.
She didn't, I don't know that she said anything about this.
No, she didn't, specifically didn't say anything about that when I talked to her.
And then I've got
I'll leave.
the papers from those.
Okay, so, Carroll County Economic Development Committee, we need 2 people. Couldn't find one, we gotta find 2,
I make a motion, we keep Julia Leahy on.
Second.
okay. Carroll County Zoning Appeal Board, we have Everett.
I'll make a motion that we keep Everett on the appeal board.
Second.
I can write on that while you're reading it. You can read that side.
The Area Planning Commission, Ross Lermore stepped down.
Jordan Willis has showed interest, so I'll make a motion that we appoint Jordan Willis to the area zoning board.
Second.
Okay.
Do you know him at all?
I don't.
I know.
He's a Purdue grad, he lives out here on
Have a
the,
big house
where the
there,
pillars are, where the
75.
pond.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna join, okay.
Yeah, he's gonna join it. And
Yeah,
then
okay, yeah,
Then he works out here at Farmwell, where
great, that's good.
Schwarzkopf lives.
Carroll County Merger Management, I'm on that one. I only met once last year that I went to. I'll do it again.
You making that a motion?
Oh.
It's
I'll
up.
make a motion that we appoint.
Bring it to all those positions.
Carroll County E911, Ellen Dunning has been doing it. I haven't spoke to her. I say we'll keep her if she wants to.
I'll make a motion,
Second.
keep that one.
The Kinky Iroquois Regional Planning Committee, I'm on that.
Make a motion, keep Brent on that.
Second.
Sounds like a railroad.
Courtesy, yeah,
it's
Kinky people, so.
Not willing to use it.
And then, Carroll County Administrative Committee, we have Pete Wagner.
Yes,
You gonna stay? I'll make a motion we appoint Pete to that.
Second.
In the rail corridor, we have Pete and Connie. I don't know about Pete, but maybe.
I'll make a motion that we.
Do you know if Connie's staying on there, Pete? Because she called and got off of one, but she didn't
She
mention
hasn't
that.
said anything to us about the other one, so.
She'll probably stay on that one.
I'm assuming she's still
Make a motion,
saying.
keep it the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all we need is 2 for the EDC if we remain in the EDC.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a big if. Maybe.
Do we have anyone showing interest in EDC or?
I have not had anybody. I've asked and they,
Do we need to go ahead and do this one too? even
Kinda
though
like
she's
the
put
meeting
on
times
Somebody
or-
else's place.
Well, the meeting time's the morning
yeah,
time during the week.
Grade
in
board.
the middle of
I
the
think
week.
it runs, I don't think
It
she's
runs
up
through the 23rd,
of what?
23, 10,
10,
12,
20,
31,
23, yeah.
So she's already done.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
She's okay,
all right, just wanted to make sure.
yep. That's good.
So, I don't know. Cameron, is there something you want to say?
No, I just.
No, you just, okay, I didn't know if there was something you wanted
If
to.
you guys could, I don't know if you have any of the contact information for them to, Everett I could probably get a hold of, but I'll have a
Jordan?
manual for Jordan.
I gave him the business card you gave me,
Okay,
I gave it to him, and I told him, once
Yes.
we appoint him, I'll have him get in contact with you.
okay, perfect,
So he'll let you.
okay,
You can, he'll meet with you or whatever you need done, 'cause
okay, thank you.
he contacted me right there before the first of the year and asked me how we were going, and I said, well, when we have the meeting tonight,
You'll
we'll.
fill in who it is.
Yeah, I'll fill it all in.
Great. No, I'm in favor
Yeah.
of the report.
And he's young and eager and fresh out of college, and he's, you know, he's got interest in the county, so he's.
Good, I'll see.
You want to take this with you tonight, or can I make a copy of it and then get it to you?
Whatever's easiest for you.
Okay, I need to make a copy.
Pete, do you have any reports or anything?
No, I don't really have anything tonight, no.
Yeah, which is, I think some of these were just saying how long they wanted them.
Was Pat on the railroad commission or
But
what?
she was,
Shoot.
the way it was set up originally, designated that the financial officer would be the clerk treasurer from Camden, but you guys approved an
Changed.
amendment last time and switched it around, so it'll be Doretta Kinsman
All
going
right.
forward. She was never, she's not a member, but she was the financial officer.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
So Doretta, she's passed all the stuff over to Doretta.
Have they started on repairing the railway yet, or? I see the ties down there, so.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And they go through a bunch.
They started scattering ties out at Climbers from S-Rock Switch into town, but they've got 22 loads of stone in the yard ready to be dumped at Logan.
When the railroad was, up until they signed their new lease arrangement, it was actually being maintained by the Ortmans. But they turned that over to Genesee and Wyoming, and they're a huge outfit, and I don't have as much direct contact with them as I do with the Ortmans or with US Rail, so I see the ties and that's about all I know about it.
Do you notice the train going through a bunch more?
I've seen
He goes through probably, 3 or 4 times a week.
but Dale,
Late at night, he goes through
Yeah, they
like
were
10 o'clock
nights.
at night.
Yeah, they work nights.
Dale Seward, runs the fertilizer place.
Yeah.
When it's, he says the service is doing night and day between what they had before.
Okay.
Says these are professional outfits and they're doing it right. So
Okay.
he's real pleased.
Well, they went through night before last, that I was like sitting there and boom, what the, and it's 10:30 or so, and
Yeah, we waited for them at Climbers
Yeah.
to go in front of us at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Good,
good.
good some action.
Yeah. Jerry, what do you got?
Don't have a thing.
The well? What did we find out on the well?
It's back to service.
Back in service? How deep did they go? Did they get any deeper?
They only
Fix
ended
the
up going
problem?
about, they run a second well test. I thought I'd already reported on that, but maybe I didn't.
We
They
did.
run a second
I
well.
wasn't here last month, sorry.
Okay, well, that's fine. They run a second well test. They did get a little bit deeper, not much, and of course they got into something that's about like hard pan.
Yeah.
They stopped, they run the test on it. They replaced the pump and went ahead and replaced the motor, of course. And they got their capacity back up. So they presume that they've got down, of course, the rest of that below, they wasn't gonna get it opened up because you had actually an 8-inch well, and of course they had to line the casing originally a few years ago because they found the casing was bad, so they relined it, so that made it a lot narrower. So they wasn't gonna get out against the outside where the original drilling was. So, unless it was soft, they wasn't gonna get it cleaned back out, and they couldn't get it cleaned back out. So, what they did get down to, we got back into where our good aquifer was originally. So, we're back in service and we are using it.
So, Cody's doing okay?
Yeah. Doing awesome.
Good.
Yeah, did a really good job.
Move on then.
You wanna get quotes on the tractor?
What?
Quotes on the tractor?
Oh, start looking for tractor quotes?
It's up to you guys. What do you wanna, just get some quote, where do you wanna go?
Well, we can go anywhere, you know, I don't care what
Okay.
color it is.
I don't either.
Basically, you need to spec it out, and then if it's over $10,000,
Oh,
just
well, yeah.
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 Find out the
Quotes.
height lift on the tractor bucket and stuff, that's the important thing for you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
The blower deck, drive, you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, about the same as what we
spec it
got.
out to what you want.
Yeah,
Give us something to work on.
okay, that might take a month or two.
Yeah, well,
And we're gonna
Well,
start
you ain't
now.
gonna mow till like April, so.
right, we hope. I don't know the way this year's
I'm
going.
gonna
Load
say,
the
if it
salt
stays
in.
rain, there's grass
Load
will
the,
start growing.
load the salt with this old loader until we get you new.
Yeah.
I hope we start mowing in February.
Yeah, I don't know. 55 and rain, we might. All right, marshal report. They had 16 calls for service, 4 assisting other agencies, 4 traffic contacts, 2 animal complaints, and 3 ordinance violations. Clerk treasurer, you're up.
Well, first of all, the town received a thank you note from Pat. It was made to Camden Town Council, Jeff, Jerry, Cody, and all. Thank you so much for the gift card to Barnes & Noble. You could not have chosen a better gift. I'm already making a list of books I want to get. Thank you all for the retirement party. I would so appreciate your thoughtfulness, and I did enjoy visiting with so many people. I wish you all well in the future. I know you will do great things for Camden. Sincerely, Pat. And I don't know if everybody saw it, but she also posted a big thank you in the county paper, in the comment. So we have that. So, and I didn't know if Ann would have anything new on the.
Well, the last time I talked to Pat, I said, Pat, am I supposed, I did a partial ordinance, started it. And I said, am I supposed to finish it? She said, well, why don't you hold off till the council tells you really whether, are we gonna go ahead with the unsafe building ordinance? If so, I'll have it prepared and send it all to you.
The thing I'm getting I looked through it and everything, and with, you gotta condemn a building, then you gotta do something with it, and they suggest that every contractor that comes in town, you charge them $500 a year, and I'm like, why, if I hire a plumber to come to my house, now he's gotta charge me $500 more
To pay for that.
and it's just,
On the,
I don't like
excuse
that
me, on the
either.
Richardson one down there, I'm going to, in March is when it'll go to the commissioners, if the commissioners do that. So I'm gonna continue to check on what's been done on that. And, we have the 5 people that are, I think they're all minors. And,
yes.
on giving, there are a lot of, some problems, but they can be overcome, but there are problems on that. So if you all want me to proceed ahead and do something for the next meeting, just tell me.
But Ann, if it goes to the commissioners, they don't have a
No,
dog in the fight, do they?
This is what I need to check, once they get it, I don't know what they do with it. And I talked to the treasurer, and she talked to the auditor, and we're all thinking, what do we do with it?
Yeah.
It didn't go for a tax sale, and we have all these minor kids on it. And so, but I'm gonna keep on it. But if you all want me to prepare something for the next meeting, I'll do it.
Has there been a precedent set already, or
What?
has there been a precedent set in the county?
This
is the first one?
Not that the treasurer or the auditor knew about that.
Is this the one
But
we spoke
I
about
think
last
surely
time?
there's
Yeah.
something,
Yes.
surely there's something,
Yeah, I think you keep investigating, because
yeah.
what are they
Can't
doing
be
with,
the
who's
first
paying to
property.
destroy the Brethren home?
I'm
Well,
fairly
they got a
familiar
grant.
with some of that, because I've done an appeal on it and won it, won the appeal on it.
Is there grants available to take care of this house?
Okay, here's the deal. Walton, there was a house in Walton that had burned,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy just threw all the furniture and stuff that burned out in the yard and left it.
Mhm.
Well, my brother gave the superintendent of the town $5,000 to go up to Logansport to buy that's what he got it for $50.
Well,
So they turned around to tear it down. Well, they had a bid of $12,000 to tear it down. They went to get a grant. When they went to get a grant, it threw all the paperwork and you gotta do it this way and you gotta do it that way. And it went from 15,000 to 40,000 was
Oh.
the cheapest bid.
I mean, yeah, it's.
Well, how much they get in the grant?
It's 50-50.
If somebody wanted to pay the taxes, tax sale, which was $6,500 or something like that, then they could do the tear down, they'd have the lot. I don't know what the lot is worth as opposed without
Probably
the
not $6,500.
house on it, but,
Probably that.
you know.
That'd be the
But
top.
then you gotta tear it down.
Yeah.
So what about the sewage lien on it?
what,
The sewage lien?
well, if it goes to tax sale, then the sewage lien will be forgiven because if I buy it at the tax sale, when time comes for me to get the deed, I'm gonna get the deed free and clear of all those, any lien on it.
So,
If it doesn't go to the tax sale, then the lien, an individual can forgive a lien, but because of we're dealing with the State Board of Accounts, they say we can't do it.
That's the purpose of it.
If I have a lien on your property, I can forgive that lien, but if I'm having to deal with the State Board of Accounts like we are, then they have other requirements that we have to follow, even though legally, we might not have to, but we have to do what they say.
but you're
You guys
saying
can
if it
adjust the
goes,
amount though, right?
I don't think so.
If it
you're
goes-
The
saying.
State
Not
Board of
according to the
Accounts
State Board of
tells us
Accounts.
It has to be the full amount?
If it goes to a tax sale, and then you have, generally it's a year.
Right.
They generally sell them in September, and then the next September you can get the deed. And once the tax sale deed is given to you, it's free and clear of all lien. But,
That's different.
my theory is that any person I can forgive a lien, you all can forgive a lien, but not when we deal with State Board of Accounts.
So what you're saying is if it goes to the tax sale, we'll never recoup the money we have against the property?
That's correct, that's correct. That's correct.
But it also had to sit there for another year.
Mhm.
Right.
But it didn't really become their property, they don't get the deed for
But-
1 year.
Let's assume it goes to the tax sale and the lien is forgiven, but if we have an ordinance, then maybe we could force them to tear it down. There are all kinds of little ifs and ands that we have to deal with.
So is
Isn't
there-
that the first step, is you guys have to start the ordinance for
Yeah,
and get the funding going for it before
Yeah.
anything can start with it?
Yeah, and like I said, every contractor that comes in town, if that's how you wanna do them.
Well, if we let it go for tax sale and it sells.
It's already, it's
No, I mean, it's
past
next
tax sale.
September.
Right.
It's tax sale.
Right, in 20.
And they buy it, say the neighbor buys it or whoever down there
Right.
buys it, then we forgive the sewage lien because they bought it at tax
well,
sale.
because
But he's gotta
you're
wait till the
actually not
fall-
forgiving it,
September of
but
21.
legally, it's gone.
But then what guarantees that he will tear it down?
None, unless if you have an ordinance and it's not grandfathered in, so.
Well,
If
should
you
we
have
write
an
an
ordinance
ordinance?
that
Should we
says-
get ahead of the game and write an ordinance?
So,
Because I don't wanna get in the business of having to pay to tear down somebody's houses and they just walk away.
you're
Right.
right, yeah,
Can
absolutely.
Camden come up with an additional provision that states that that's
This-
part of if that happens, that he has to, a certain amount of time to,
Yeah, I mean, can we get ahead of that and saying if you buy it and you get it in the tax sale and you take ownership of this property, it has to be either brought up to standards or tore down?
But they don't have to do anything for 12 months.
Well, they can't.
Yeah, they can't for.
No, I understand that,
Yeah.
but I'm saying I wanna get ahead of the game and write a
Right.
provision now.
This is one thing
I get what
don't
you're
know.
saying, that's,
It was advertised for the tax sale in the last part of September, that's when the tax sales are in Carroll County. If I decide to pay the taxes now and buy it, I'm not sure whether it starts from now or whether it starts from last September, before I can get a deed.
right, but can we make you tear it down if it doesn't meet the
Only if
standard?
you have an ordinance.
That's what I wanna get ahead of the game and write that ordinance
Okay,
or something to bring it up to standard.
okay, all right, okay.
Or, tear it down.
Okay, I'll have something ready.
Yeah, how do we write
I
that?
think we
You
give
have
them the
so many
opportunity
months-
to bring a property up to standards.
Right, you have so many months to bring a property
you know,
up to
we're gonna have
livable
to-
standards.
Publish it and so forth, but I'll.
Yeah, I
have
think we should
something
start
for you
that now.
Before the next meeting.
I
What's
agree.
your thought, Andy?
Oh, yeah, cause we got another one down there on Cumberland,
Mhm.
close to you that needs something done.
Oh, yeah.
So you give them, in just theory, you give them 6, 8 months to get a property up to living standards? or
Well,
3 months?
she'll research it and see
I'm
what
just saying
the,
that, and then if they don't, then
Yeah, I'll.
that's what we're talking about, right?
Take legal
Yeah, let
action.
me
Legal
prepare
action.
something and send it to you, and you all write on there, or tell me what you wanna change, or whatever, and
all
we'll
right,
get it done.
yeah.
One thing I'm thinking, you have to think, if the lien is $6,500, which I think is in that order, then it's gonna take 20,000 to tear it down. You know, you have to wanna put almost 30,000 in it just to get.
Well, that's not gonna happen, obviously, that would've happened.
Yeah.
If they buy it at the tax sale,
Mhm.
and then we have, and they wanna tear it down,
Yeah,
put a
then-
garage up or whatever they wanna
The
do.
one thing that I don't want Camden to get into a problem with it, that's why I wanna have all the
Yeah, that's why
I's
we're gonna
dotted and the T's crossed.
try to get
before-
ahead of the game right now.
Yeah. Mhm. I'll-
That's why
But I'll have
we,
something
put you
ready
in for
for
4
you.
more
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, that's why you're here for 4 more years.
We got 4 years to get that ordinance wrote. Step on it.
I think we're all on the same page, James, so.
You need to write something down.
No,
Let you borrow my
okay,
pen.
no, I'll remember it, I see it right there and I'll.
And as far as a time limit, as far as a time
Actually-
limit, can Ann write it to where we can set the time, like if we see that, the guy needs to repair a roof, we can say so many months if you're tearing it down. So can we leave that a kind of open-ended to where we
You hearing?
can we do that?
And just to show you I'm a thinking person, here's the stuff that I have on writing.
I think there's a
I knew
statute
that was
under
gonna come
Indiana
up.
code for the minimums.
Okay. Did you hear what Andy said about giving them time, how long, and
About
can we
what?
set that, our time?
To bring it to up to
Bring up
standard.
the lid standard? Can we set our own time for how long? Is each case
Sure.
different, or does it
Yeah,
have to
sure
be
you
black
can.
and white?
Sure you can, you can set the times, but they have to be reasonable times.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we can be reasonable.
Yeah, and they have, but yeah, sure you can set your own time. Now that I know more of what you want, I will prepare it and get it to you, and you will.
Oh,
look
we
it
don't wanna
over
be stuck.
And let me know. And I don't need to mark it here, because I brought them.
For our small town though, if it costs $20,000 to tear these properties down, it's gonna devastate
Yeah,
us.
it's
Yeah,
just
we can't
crazy.
afford that.
Well, we got better places to spend that money.
Yeah.
The owner needs to be responsible for their properties.
I agree. Alright,
Okay, I'm gonna be out of the office for 2 days. January the 15th is the Keystone training, and then State Board of Accounts called a mandatory meeting on the 21st. So there's my 2 training days for January. Yay. That's all I got.
new business,
No,
you got the paper or
right
something?
there.
You got copies for these?
Yep.
We went to 2 meetings with county leaders, and this is what they come up with, just what they want from Camden, basically. They want to conduct a joint meeting with governing body from another Carroll County public agency, conduct 2 public hearings with the purpose of establishing future goals for the unit, which we do. Publish all packets of governing body on the internet. Maintain an air decorum, civility in all public meetings. Haven't had that problem. Encourage civil engagement with the countywide goal of 10,000 citizens voting in 2020 general election. Work jointly to promote and encourage residential development within Carroll County. Communicate knowledge of outside funding opportunities for infrastructure among units. Faithfully rely on others' signatory successes and failures in achieving these goals, and commit a representative to working with other units and establish a goal for 2021. Basically, we've met twice and just want to everybody work together and get along.
I'll go electronically, that's fine.
I do too.
Who typed this up?
Shane.
Why
I
you
have
can't-
Camden twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I texted he goes, you would notice that. I said, Shane typed it up. But this is what we've been working on twice, what they want, and most of the stuff's pretty straightforward for us, but this is just what.
Do you need a motion for a representative then? Is that what you're saying?
But yeah, that's what they want to commit a representative to working with the other units. So I don't know. And I can keep doing it if I'm free, or you can do it, or Andy can do it if you want to do it.
I don't, they hold it upstairs and
Oh yeah, they do.
that's a pain.
I've met with them a couple times. I'll do it if you want me to.
Yeah, if you
There
want
you
to.
go. I'll make a motion that we appoint Mark as our presiding officer
I'll second that.
for the state county-wide committee.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good thing. I like
Oh,
it.
yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, the whole goal is that these small communities and our county officials and everybody work together for common goals,
Yeah.
basically all it is. So we're wanting to make sure we've identified some key projects or different obstacles in the county that we would like to overcome or improve, and we have brainstorming sessions.
This building up here on the corner, you know, I'm sure it's gonna come up before too long. And,
This one up here.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a group working on those things too. Julia talked about it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of neat to be part of that. So, all right. 2020 goal setting meeting for the town. I guess we're talking about here. Set a date.
If you wanna do,
If
if you wanna have one, then you.
All right. Well,
We usually have a brainstorming session
Yeah.
we talk about, so.
we can come up with
But it has to
something.
be a public meeting, I think, since all,
Yes.
since we only have 3 members. so.
Yep.
I know. It's hard to say.
Well, you wanna set next month's meeting at like 6 o'clock and we can do it before our regular meeting?
That would work
Would
for
that
me.
be?
That would be great. We can set this. All right, let's do that. Let's
We'll have a planning meeting.
Yeah.
at 6 p.m. and then have the town meeting at 7.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Good
worked.
idea, Andy. I like. Yeah. Good idea.
That way we can kill them 2 nights.
I like it. Old business. Need to look at getting a seal on the back door of the med center.
It's done, ain't it?
I don't know. It's on the list. I don't know.
It's done.
It's really old business. She didn't bring the carpet samples in today, so I don't have anything to give you. When the carpet samples come in, Linda said Logan Sport wants to pick out the carpet.
That's
You
fine.
might tell them
As
that
long as,
last meeting we talked about it, and Logan Sport Memorial has agreed to go basically half on the project, so we're working together with them, and I think it'll be good.
They
yes.
thought you wanted the money right now, that's why they said they had to have a invoice to give you the
Oh,
money.
No.
You
Yeah,
know?
no, we just were looking for, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
No, and we appreciate them working with us, so
Yeah.
we appreciate that.
So, exterior camera, I'll still work on. Chris, still haven't heard from him.
Are we still wanting to do that, or?
I don't know where we ever landed on.
I think it'd be handy because Jill spent about an hour in the office the other day after our,
During our
30
meeting after,
meeting?
yeah.
and she was watching for that car to show up and it finally showed up, but I think we need something. Can she zoom in on the other cameras?
You can zoom in, but it gets grainy.
Okay. Well, could we get a
She
more,
just needed to look
could
at
we get a
license numbers,
better
so-
camera for this
Yeah.
one to, he said we could get a high def one to where if it zoomed in, it wouldn't get grainy.
I'll send him a text right now.
And I'm sure technology's changing all
Yeah.
the time, so.
Because she
He stopped and saw me probably a month ago down at Purdue.
He did.
He was working south of Lafayette and stopped in. I told him to get a hold of Brent.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be a good thing because like she sat over there and
He does all my cameras, and we've taught several people.
That's what I
don't
mean.
remember his business.
And do you notice our dumpster ain't violated anymore since we put the cameras on the building?
Yeah,
You notice
That's
that?
amazing.
We need them down at sewage ponds.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, we need him down there.
It's,
Well, check on him on that. And see
Okay.
if he can't hook us up something down there.
They do
Hey,
stuff on the
so
roof.
Jerry ain't down there napping at the wood pile.
Yeah, make sure he's not down there sleeping.
no, No, they dump anything and everything down there.
Oh, okay.
They
I
don't-
thought, what,
and
you
so
down
they
there?
take
They
stuff.
dump, they dump couches
They
and
got into the-
toilets and,
Take
They
our
got into
scrap.
the 4-H building too.
Yeah, they tried to break into the 4-H building down there.
Anyway, it's,
Toilet.
Oh, okay, yeah. We have a toilet that's not working at the med center. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are about maybe just seeing if Logan Sport, if we purchase a toilet, if their maintenance people would install it. So Jerry doesn't have to mess with it. I mean, we can,
I asked.
you
Yeah.
can talk to him, but,
I sent an email, so it'll be a while.
so, yeah, but I'm just, if they will agree to install it, if we just get one with them.
can they pick one out? I mean, can they get the toilet or do we gotta get the?
Well, I'll ask them.
Okay, that's what I,
Because
it's probably a
it'd be
high,
easier to
that's
make
exactly what I
maintenance
said.
Man, just go get one and install it and we'll pay for the toilet if they'll pay for the
Yeah,
labor.
so that's something to reach out and see.
I
Fix
did,
that
I
one.
sent an email to asking if that was possibility, but I think I said that he would get it and, but I can talk.
We'll figure it out.
He'll talk to me, he'll call me and say, well, what are you saying?
Cause I'm sure it's gotta be certain height and all that stuff, so. Okay,
I'll make a motion that if Linda, I'll make a motion so we don't have to wait for another meeting, that Linda can purchase a toilet. We can purchase a toilet for the med center.
do we really have to have a motion for that?
I don't know.
Because you're
Yeah.
spending money.
Yeah,
You can spend up to so much anytime.
Well.
Okay, I
Second
second
the
it.
motion. Yeah, you're, I don't like doing that.
Well, I get it, but I mean, seems kind of trivial.
Where are we at? Public project bids, RFQs are due in the office by 2 p.m. on January the 13th.
So far, none have been brought in.
And the office will be closed Monday, January 20th for Martin Luther King Day.
You wanna tell about the tractor pull and the garage sale days?
I can tell about that. The Masonic Tractor Pull in Camden will be on July the 11th, which will also be the townwide garage sale day. So be a busy day in Camden that day. Hopefully the weather is nice and not super hot.
You got any other comments?
I have nothing else. Anybody in the public have anything? Any public?
I make a motion to adjourn.
second.
Well,
How much that cost?
I don't know, you've used some of the ink, you know.
Oh boy.